Hey everybody. Sorry. Game of that. Game of
Ooh,
that. I'm in
hey, hey,
recovery. I've had
yeah.
this weird
How you feeling?
um sorry. Hope that wasn't too awful for you to listen to. But I've had this bit of a fluish kind of thing. Something's going around the school I was at. And yeah, well, I seem to be recovering, but thankfully people have braved it to hear me speak with them. And hopefully you can do the same, everyone. And thankfully to my wife, I've just been popping pills recently, and seems to be doing the trick. I was a lot worse yesterday. Stuff, I don't want to gross you out too much. But that's another reason why things have been a bit slow on my end. Sorry, everybody. I should have at least put up that poll that Gamer Dan recommended. Because he's been getting his practice in for the streaming, and I'd love to hear him talk about well, his share his vast knowledge
No
of.
spoilers.
Okay,
We're
I'll
no
shut up.
spoilers yet. I say, I'm just, stretching my fingers, getting used to it. I'm burning through easy mode on both games. On the games of we talked about in the poll. For those of you who want to know, the previous video.
Right, polls in the way, and that's when you're gonna have your chance to show what you're looking for. Oh, speaking of which, Gamer Dan, would you like me to recommend the actual games that you're in prep for, or should we just ask them what would you like? Should we maybe an option for other?
Yeah, fair enough. Well, do go back and watch the earlier video, but TLDR, the games that we're looking at, I'm looking to stream are either the Metal Gear series or Banjo Kazooie series, so Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie, The Bear and the Bird or Metal Gear. Now, those of you who've been regular viewers of the show, thank you, we love you. Um, you know that I'm kind of a long-winded love to hear myself talk, ramble, ramble, ramble kind of guy. So we're going to play the game, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the landscape, the social and the gaming landscape at the time, the background of the companies that made it. I mean, I've got more than enough to say about Hideo Kojima. Love that dude, even though he is batshit. But also Rare creating Banjo Kazooie, just a seminal work that was, only fairly recently, lovingly uh, replicated with ukulele.
Oh
So
my
you can
God.
see the cultural impact of that game was so significant that people are still referring back to it decades later.
Yeah, man, that's it. Oh my gosh, Banjo. I mean, phew, oh, speaking of classics, by the way, guys, on the little tangent before I press the play button right here, yeah, Dan, I was teaching a class to one of my uh kids, high school kids, 14, junior high school, 14-year-old, and I
Yeah.
asked them if they knew who Jackie Chan was, and they said, "Who?" And I was like, "Oh, you don't know who Jackie Chan is? Wait, what does that say about me? How old am I?" But it's still, they never heard of Bruce, never heard of Jet Li, never heard of Donnie Yen. I'm like, "Come on, come on! Everybody knows these guys, right? Donnie
You'd
Jacques."
think so. You would think so. But a lot of these guys made a bit of a name for themselves in their home countries.
Hmm,
Bruce Lee never did. Bruce Lee became famous in America.
that's interesting, isn't it?
He's as American as Clint Eastwood.
That's
He,
it.
his entire career is American. So yeah, he helped popularize kung fu and the kind of martial art film. Was seminal for it at the time period. But he didn't come up in the Chinese theater, not like Johnny Yao, not like Jackie Chan. These guys,
Mhm.
they were dancers, they were actors, they were performers. They went into did the kung fu thing like, in territories, but then got popular and then made a bigger name for themselves, made the real money in the American market.
Yeah, that's what
So
happened.
it's not unreasonable to think some of these big names that we think are seminal,
That's
titans, the guys that built the industry, other countries haven't heard of it.
That is a good point, Gamer Dan. I never thought about it that way. I'm thinking that it's it's not it's because we in the West if it's a bit like I wish I had a good example. All right, it's a bit like this. Noodles in the West, a lot of us don't know the difference types of noodles and all this intricacies and so on. So
Mm.
I said, "You want some noodles? Yeah, sure, pot noodle, whatever." In the UK, that's our thing. But my wife, when I talked about noodles, she's like, "Oh, these noodles come from Hokkaido," and I'm like, I have no bloody idea, man. Just noodles. I didn't even know about the ramen and everything. But when it comes to when it comes to the one thing that we understand from the West, they're just noodles. So and then when you get a brand, that's it. We latch onto it. But there's a whole big world out there. There may be other performers that I don't know, that we don't know about, and Bruce Lee was our thing. If you know Bruce, you know martial arts. But of course, there's a hell of a lot more. And when it comes to Jackie and so on, yeah, he became America's or the West's cook. We know kung fu because we know Jackie, but he's just one of many performers, not even just martial arts performers, but just actors out in the West. And if I speak to again, my student recommended something to me about a martial arts drama that I had no idea about, and that's where their focus is on, not just the pot noodles, but the big wide world that is in Asia. Speaking of which, Nintendo is our thing. Now again, Nintendo is kind of a it's I mean segueing into today's topic. Nintendo is one of those things that is big in the West and it's big in Japan, and because of the in nature of the internet now, we have access to most of the same games. Of course, they're still as Professor Cisco would talk about, what's that game called? The word called the game we talking about? Localized, yeah. The different localizations and so on,
Localization.
which make the experience quite different. Different titles for names, no matter what. Not to mention the language barrier. But generally speaking, we have access to the majority of the same library, and the ban of Nintendo with good old Mario will unite us all. But and it's an icon that survives so many generations. When it comes to people like Jackie and whatnot, of course, physically being humans, they have a different shelf life and so on. But yeah, as you said, Gamadan, it's different strokes for different continents, let alone
Mm.
folks.
You'd be amazed that it's a lot of actors cut their teeth in their home territories, become really, really popular, but then they need to become so popular that they begin to bleed out into other ones. They need to be big fishes in a small pond before they
Hmm.
go move up to the lake.
Yes, yes.
America's the top dog. They've got their own branding, Hollywood, and they could take from the whole world. And just looking at, there's a Chinese actress who I've loved for years, but she started appearing in American movies. I'm like, yay, finally! It's about freaking time.
Zhang
Yes,
Ziyi.
those of you out there, you want Shu Qi.
Shu
It's
Qi?
Shu SHUQI.
Right, I know,
She's
right now.
cute. At least she was when she was much younger, but she's in the new Transporter 5 movie.
Transformers 5K.
So
Shu Qi Trans 5K. Not trans.
yeah, just
Transformers.
look at it. Just Transporter 5 with Jason Statham and his female co-host is a Chinese actress who, if you check her discography, she's done some awesome bangers of movies. A lot of kung
Nice.
fu, a lot of action, a lot of assassins. One of my favorites is called
Right.
So Close. So
Oh,
Close.
so close.
Good film.
Awesome.
Great film.
Thanks. I'm making notes, right? I'm checking this out for sure. So close. Beautiful. Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate, for that. And see, this is how deep we're into Asia, people. We just love Asian uh, legends, for goodness sake.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
Well,
it.
but
Yeah.
moving on to the video
Yes.
in question.
Yes. So this is the question. Sorry, this question. This video is about the Nintendo Life's 9 recommended games that that
Yeah, upcoming games, yeah?
the upcoming games for 2024 that it says people could look forward to. Let's have a look and dive in. Oh, can you hear it, by the way? Let me just crank the volume a little. Here we go.
The Nintendo Switch is going into its 7th year in 2024.
7 years? Was it last year, 2017? I almost forgot to pick up my kids. Wait, do I even have kids? Hey, at least I can play Breath of the Wild again because I don't remember it.
And while I used to have a lot of fun flipping through the eShop to see what's new or what's on sale, it's become increasingly more difficult due to all of the shovelware and the asset flips that are flooding the market. So instead of asking you to go and digitally dig through the new release catalog, we've gone ahead and done it for you.
I always knew you had it in you.
Idiot, Xeon.
I just want Mother 3 on Switch.
I'm Xeon from Nintendo Life, and today we're going to be sharing
That'd
with
be
you
nice.
9 games that are coming to the Nintendo Switch eShop in the month of January 2024 that you should probably keep your eyes on. And while this month may seem a little light to some people, I think there's a lot of really great stuff here that some people are still going to celebrate.
Hold on. You talking about games coming out in January? Have you heard
In
of it?
January.
All right, so we're coming to the end of January now. This is week. By the way, this video is 2 weeks old, everyone. Sorry. It's may have come out already. In which case, leave your comments on what you think of the games if you played them. Maybe you know
Let's
Game
have a
of Death.
look.
All right.
The first part of January is basically a barren wasteland for the Switch. Kind of like the location of the first game on our list, Laika Aged Through Blood.
You know?
This is a Metroidvania that lets you fully explore its world while riding around on a dirt bike. The developers are even calling this a Motorvania. The gameplay instantly reminds me of the fun I had back in school with all those physics-based flash games like Line Rider. But here, you've got an insanely detailed comic book art style, a heavy emphasis on story, and a Coyote Mama main character. One of the big reasons I enjoy making these kinds of videos so much is for the fact that I'm always learning about some new game I previously had no clue about. And with all of the praise the Steam version of the game already received, and my somewhat newfound love of Metroidvanias, I'm itching to sink my teeth into this one when it comes to Switch on January 11th.
All right, so
Was
yep, go for it, mate.
I played the demo for this during Steam Fest at the end of 2023. A lot of games got demos out, and we were able to play them. I played the demo for this. It looks beautiful. The visual art style, the kind of stark lines, the desert expanse, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But he's right. It plays like a physics game. Like you
like
you
Angry
can
Birds, like
control the speed and tempo of your car, of your bike, and when you go up ramps, you've got to angle it just right to land, because otherwise, splat, start again. And it gets frustrating because quite early on, there's some big ass jumps, and if you don't make them, right back to the beginning, do it again, do it again. It has it just has a little undertaste, a little aftertaste of getting over it. Of that kind of climbing game.
I see. It's
I mean, I love Metroidvanias. It's literally my second favorite genre of all time. I've played a whole mess of Metroidvanias. If you think of a Metroidvania, I probably played it. But this is one I'm going to give a miss to.
I see, dude. Thanks for letting me know beforehand. As I say, but I think maybe it's deceptively visually charming. In that is to say, it looks like it's.
I think if you can get into that kind of gameplay style, the story is engaging, the environment's beautiful, the gameplay when you're off the bike, great, and it's a big engaging world. It is a great game if you don't mind this kind of physics gameplay.
You know what I'm thinking?
I'm not a fan of it. It's not a thing that I enjoy. I couldn't do getting over it. I couldn't do things like this because it's too frustrating for me. I want to feel agency within my game.
Yeah.
Being at the whims of the code, not for me.
Gotcha. I was gonna say, do you think that this game could benefit with like an extra feature? For instance, let's say you fall off the bike, but you could use
auto land or something,
or even things like Mario Kart style, like the magic of Mario doesn't do this, but magic a bridge on it so you don't fall down. If you're able to get tools,
maybe if they give you like an auto orient yourself or auto jump or auto land, it's just made the traversal more more simpler. Yeah, possibly. I say it's not because it's a bad game. It's not even because it's a bad version of that game. It's just because my personal bias is that I don't enjoy this style of game.
Gotcha. Oh, dude.
I recommend if you're interested, I would play the demo, try it before you buy it. But if you do try, you probably will buy.
Interesting. By the way, game that we're gonna have to just come out and come back in. The timing is on. Okay, dude. Hold on, people. We'll be right there. Just a little blip in the recording.
We're going for a pee break. See you soon.
See you soon. 3, 2, 1, and there we go.